Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. All right, members only. We're going to put all of the futures products in this video. So you're going to get crude, you're going to get gold, you're going to get natural gas, you're going to get wheat and oats, okay, all together. The timestamps for each of those products will be in the description right below this video. So let's say you want to watch natural gas only, just go down to the description, click the natural gas, and it'll jump right to the natural gas. You can do that for any of the products, okay? All right, let's get started. We're looking at crude oil, CL, for the January 2022 products. The new session's already started. Okay, let's see what happened today. Well, we had a nice green candlestick. Okay, so a little bounce going on here with crude oil. It seems to be happening with a lot of the futures products right now, getting a nice little bounce. Okay, so just be aware that's kind of a common occurrence. The low for natural gas, way out January 3rd. This low back here was December 5th. Okay, look at that, guys. Happened on December 2nd. Within like 1 or 2 days, this cycle was spot on. That's amazing. Look at that. Bam! Right into it. Amazing. Like, okay, so the next one is, yeah, January 3rd. Okay, guys. Natural gas right after New Year's. Right after you all get done with your New Year's get-togethers and whatever you're going to do. Excuse me. There should be a low I'm sorry, not natural gas, in crude oil. Sorry, crude oil. All right, daily chart. What's happening here? Nice little bounce going on. Probably going to continue as we go up into this cycle. The middle of the cycle is right here, about 1220-ish. Maybe 1219, 1220 is the middle of the cycle. So crude oil, keep wanting to say natural gas, crude oil could come all the way up, continue to go up in price as we get towards that timestamp, okay, or that date, about December 20. Okay, if it kind of comes up and then comes down really hard into it, oh, that'll be a sign of weakness, okay? So let's just keep an eye on that right there. All right. So a little bit of strength going on here in the daily chart. Let's look at the monthly. We're going to bounce right through these pretty quick. Well, a little bit of strength here in the monthly, but as far as the green candlestick goes, that's a good sign. But overall, crude continues to look weak. And a little divergence warning going on there on the monthly. Okay, going to the weekly. Nice bounce on the weekly going on. Some resistance. Look at that. Nice little resistance, guys. So if this holds up, we could see on the weekly chart, crude oil, get a nice little bounce here. Now forget these cycles down here. These are daily only, so ignore those. But I could easily see it getting back up to maybe like, let's see, this open up at 75. It's possible. Just if you're looking for like a resistance point. Okay, possible even the top of that one, which is 72.93. All right, nice little bounce going on here in the weekly chart. Even though the MACD is still pointing down. Okay, MACD still pointing down. These guys look like they want to go up, okay? So we'll see what happens this week and next week. Let's just see what this one does. And if next week get a green one, that's a nice little sign, okay? Let's look at the hourly. Strong, guys. Strong far as the bounce off the 50, right? Opened up there at 5 o'clock on Sunday night, right there. Okay, what are you doing? This thing keeps jumping around. Yeah, I'm aware of it. Thanks. Keeps jumping around. Stupid thing. So 5 o'clock had a nice little bounce right there. And tracked sideways. Came back, touched. Actually did it twice. Resistance there and there. One time at 2 a.m. and another time at about 8 a.m. And then off to the races. Bam. Right now in the hourly, looks like it wants to roll over, guys. Okay. And just real quick, since we got this going on, let me just see what's going on here. Do we have predictable hourly? Yes. Check it out, guys. Okay, I know it's a little sloppy, but just paying attention to these red arcs here. Well, bamski. So when's the next low expected? The next low is expected right around 1 a.m. my time. 1 a.m. Texas time. So hopefully get this video out. Yep, it's about 9 o'clock here now. So 3 hours, 4 hours from now. Okay. So that, again, just pause the video. Right there about 1 a.m. on the hourly chart for crude oil's expected low. So what's the deal? Well, it looks like we got some strength going in crude oil, okay? So the point being that if it does hit a low here at 1 o'clock my time, bing, 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 maybe it doesn't even come all the way down to the 50 and it gets a bounce, you want to trade that long, okay? All right. I'm not going to look at the 5 minute because the 1 hour right there looks really sweet to trade at 1 a.m., past 1 a.m. my time. Okay, let's move on to gold, GC. Remember, guys, for crude oil, you can trade the micro MCL. Nice product. Okay, for gold, you can also trade the micro MGC. All right. Okay, MGC. Trade that if you want to. Very nice. All right, let's look at gold. What's going on here? Let me get out of the hourly, pop over to the daily. We'll come back to the hourly here in a little bit. Wow. Oh my gosh. I hope somebody traded gold today. I was so busy with other stuff. Look at this. My gosh, what a monster mash. Huge. Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. Looking at the daily for gold. Right. Never mind. Had my mind on the hourly chart. Okay, looking at gold today. Well, weak. And here's the 50-day. So it's below it. And a little bit of resistance right there, right? Got rejected a little bit right there. Okay, gold looks weak. Looks like the short term is trying to go up, but even the Big Daddy now is pointing down again. So we'll see. Looks like the 50-day moving average is acting like resistance for the last 3 or 4 days. Okay? And until it tells us otherwise, it's going to continue to act as resistance, right? So let's look at the monthly. Again, still weak. Gold looks weak. My goodness, just looks, nothing's changed here. Weakness. Like I talked about before, we got something going on here. Bam, bam, bam. And let me clean this up. There's something starting to show up here. Let me see if I can get this freehand here. What is going on here? So comes down, touches, goes up, touches, come down, touches. Very nice here. Goes up, touches. Okay. Okay. On the monthly, guys, that. 1670 out in April. Here you go. Pause it, look at it. 1670 out in April. Between now and then, a lot can happen. Let's look at the weekly. Looks weak. Haven't got a bounce here yet. Looks weak. Got below the 50 week. Wow. Man, gold. Okay. Everything's looking weak. Let's look at the hour. Hourly. Riding the 50 like a pony. Riding the 50 like a pony. That's what's going on here. Riding that 50, baby. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Ba-ba-bomski. Man, gold is so tradable, guys. Gold is very tradable. This thing has got make me a lot of money written all over it. Wow. Continues to decline on the hourly. The big question now is, I mean, even just looking at this, okay, I think there's a good chance in the hourly it's going to break below this 50. We'll see what it does. Looking like it's going to break below it. Here it touched. It's all getting kind of squeezy. All right, looking kind of weak. So if it doesn't bounce off this hard and give you something to go on, even though this is a rising 50 on the hourly, this looks like it wants to break below the 50. And if it does, then you'll be looking to see if this acts as resistance. Whatever. Okay. Lastly, on the hourly, since we're looking at the hourly, and now I'm beginning to make this. You guys are getting spoiled, man. Tell you what, you guys are getting spoiled. Let's take a look at something here. Getting spoiled. Giving you all the goodies. Yeah, that looks pretty. Oh man, that is a beautiful. Oh my gosh, that cycle is beautiful. Look at this cycle, guys. Here, bam, red. Bam, a little off there, not bad. Oh, bam. Here, bam, look at that. Right there. Sha. Whamski. This one, bam. This one, bam. Look at this one over here, bam. Are you kidding me? Those red cycles on the hourly chart are like, well, they're like gold. Am I wrong? They're like gold. Okay, 6 a.m. my time, 7 a.m., 6, 7, 5 o'clock through 8 o'clock, somewhere right in there, guys. Texas time, gold, down. May not come all the way down there, but now it makes even more sense. I think we're going to break below the 50 going into tomorrow morning open session. I could see this thing breaking below 50 in the next hour or two. And I think it'll be tradable to the short side once it gets it. Okay, risk management as always. Only my opinion. Don't give financial advice. It breaks below it like this. This is where we're headed. Okay, this is the hourly low. So if it breaks below, gives you a second candlestick, trade that second red candlestick if it happens. If it comes up and gets rejected, second candlestick again, trade it. There you go. All right, moving on to the next product. Gold looks very tradable to me, guys, especially with that hourly cycle. Pause video, take a look. There you go. All right, we're going on to natural gas. Bam. We're moving along here. Moss does not grow on a rolling stone. Let's see. My goodness, natural gas, Slamsky. What a beautiful thing. Look at that huge gap down. Is that a contract? That's not a contract change. That's just absolutely obliteration. Wow. Look at this massive gap down. What happened? December 3rd, 6th, big gap down over the weekend. Maybe somebody who likes to trade natural gas a lot can talk about whether or not this is a contract change, but I don't think it is, right? Over here is contract changes? Unless I'm missing something. There was a gap down for some reason. All right, anyway, natural gas, big gap down. My goodness. Boom. I don't think that's a contract change because up here it looks like that was, oh, maybe it was. Maybe that is a contract change. Somebody can help me out. F is, I think, January. Yeah, I think that's January. Yeah, Z. Yeah, okay, December. Or no, November is X. Yeah, Z is December. F is January. Okay, maybe it was a contract change, but wouldn't that be right here? Anyway, something a little bit weird there. Maybe I'm not understanding something. We are looking at the daily. There's a big gap here for some reason. All right, so there's a gap down. All right. Don't think it's a contract change. I think that already happened a few days ago. Could be wrong. But that's looking... And it looks, well... Big Daddy says we might turn and burn and go up. This has got... Man, it's seriously deflated. Okay, so still weak for now. Little tiny green candlestick, but with that gap down, oh my gosh, that's no joke. Let's look at the monthly. Divergence warnings paid dividends, guys. There's just no two ways getting around this. That divergence warning back there in October was like, well, it's just perfect. It doesn't get any better. And natural gas still looks weak. Like this thing's going to roll over. On the monthly chart, looks like there's time to go. Still looks weak on the monthly chart. Oh my goodness. The fast indicators may say that they're going to bottom, but I wouldn't count on it. There might be a temporary bottom and bounce on the weekly. It could happen, but I wouldn't count on it. Like it might do a little dinky dink dink, but I think it's going to revisit this bad boy. If it does bounce, that's great. Whatever, we'll watch it. And that may happen because this is typical of that. But this right here says more price decline. So maybe a temporary bounce on the weekly and then back down. Okay, that's what's happening there. Let's look at the hourly. Monster Mash. Boy. So the new day, and let me go back. Natural gas, still trading below the 50 hour. Been doing it since Sunday night. Trading below the 50. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And then the huge gap down. Oh my goodness. When was that? Yeah, that was last Sunday night, by the way, when I was talking about. Not this Sunday, last Sunday night. So over a week, for an entire week, natural gas been trading below the 50 hour. Okay? So if you want to trade that, and I'm going to spend just a small smidgen on the 5 minute here. You could trade that 5 minute. Okay? You could trade it. Like, I like that entry right there, or even that second candlestick right there. I like that second red candlestick right there. My goodness. And then it was bombs away. Look at the MACD telling you everything you need to know about what to do. Over here, okay, it's not as confident building trade yet. Okay, and these are kind of bottomish. Ideally, as weak as natural gas is, ideally, even on the 5 minute chart, what you want is the MACD to come down. So these might do this, bang, and then come down, whatever they're going to do, up, and then they're all down together, and then it comes up, and get if you're gonna go long, and by the same token, since natural gas is weak, if you want to trade it short, I'd wait till these rise up, whatever they're going to do. Maybe they only come up halfway, and as they begin to taper off and dip down, and the MACD's turning over more, that's when you trade it short. Okay. Of course, you guys know me. I wouldn't trade long below the 50. 5 minute chart, hourly chart, all the same. Okay. So all during this whole time here, you can trade short to your heart's delight. Over here, don't trade short. Okay? Unless you're a really aggressive trader. Above the 50, we trade long. Below the 50, we trade short. Since the natural gas is weak on the longer time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, we would want to trade short even on the shorter time frames. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, moving on to the next product, which is going to be wheat. Let's go to the daily. Wow, wheat. I don't even know if that little, I don't even know. It's a rising 50. That's the one good thing going on. But this is weakness. Weakness. Still looks weak. If the short-term indicators bounce really hard and this gets going, okay. But for now, it looks like it's riding the 50 in a little bit of a buffer zone. It just continues to ride that 50 in a buffer zone. Staying out of that little buffer zone and riding the 50. Okay. Still looks weak to me. Just bounce along on that 50. It is staying above it. Interesting. As crazy as it may sound, long side trade could be possible. But that's if you're really brave. Let's look at the monthly. Just crushing it. Wheat continues to crush on the monthly. These are showing a little bit, and we got divergence warning going on here. Okay. Of course, this is the month of December. Okay, it's way too soon. Okay, divergence warning doesn't mean much because the month of December is still going on. For right now, on the monthly, wheat looks strong. Weekly. Wow. Okay. On the weekly, that's a different story. Whole bunch of divergence warnings. And these are not false flags on the Big Daddy. And you can see they don't happen very often. Okay, so weekly, guys, even though it's a rising 50, it looks like to me we're going to see some decline in wheat. And once that MACD rolls over and comes and starts pinching up, I think we're going to see over the next few weeks, on the average, prices are going to decline. Wow, pretty awesome. Hourly? Jeez. Who wouldn't trade that? Right? Who wouldn't trade that? Who wouldn't trade that candlestick right there? Since this was just yesterday, or the session that just closed, why would you not trade it, right? If you're trading wheat, oh my gosh, I should have traded wheat. You know how it is, guys. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay, why would you not trade this candlestick right here, or the one after it? And then you got all that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of plenty goodness, and then you don't touch this nonsense. Okay, I know we got traders in the Discord server that would trade that, and that's fine. Go ahead and trade it if you feel so compelled. I would not touch it. Why? I'll wait for that rejection, and I trade that one, which just happened. And look at these guys. They're just screaming, short me. Okay? Wheat looks weak, or looks like it's going to have a price decline on the weekly chart. Okay? And the daily, yeah, showing a lot of red candlesticks still. So on that hourly chart, I'm looking for opportunities for rejection. Like we got right there. Rejected. Second candlestick down. Trade the heck out of that bad boy. All right, that's what I would have done. All right, that's it for wheat. Don't forget, with wheat, you can trade the E-minis. Very nice product. Trade it all the time. Or I should say often. All right, we're going to look at oats. What's going on in the world of oats? Daily. Oats, very much like wheat, guys. Look, it's a little bit more green. Just tracking along that 50. Look at this nonsense. I don't know how oats does it. How does it stay above the 50, guys? How does it do it with that going on? How does it stay at this amazing 50 that's like climbing Mount Everest? This thing is just absolutely wow. How does it stay above the 50? Just amazing. Amazing. Wow. Short-term indicators definitely pointing up. Okay, so that's something going on there. Long-term on the daily says, get out of the way. Somebody's going to win this race. Looks like to me, guys, oats is running out of room. Is it going to do one of these? Bounce and burn up? Bounce and turn and burn? Or is it going to come crashing through? All right. Daily chart, got a mixed signal going on there. We're going to see what happens there. Overall, it's slightly weakening, right? We got a weakening going on here. We just don't know if it's like going to be a huge thing or just bounce. And then December, January, February, it takes off. Okay, let's look at the monthly. Monthly looks strong. Okay, except we did get this, can't call it an evening star, but it kind of looks like one. But it's more like an inverted hammer. It's not an evening star, it's more of an inverted hammer. Still, evening star would have been better, but in this case, inverted hammer is still kind of a toppy candlestick, right? That's toppish. This looks monster mash strong, but we got divergence warnings on the Big Daddy. Talked about this before. Haven't seen him in years. When did last time we saw him? Way back over here. When's the last time we saw him? The last time we saw one was right there, which was October of 2012. And what happened? Well, it slowly, eventually gave it up. After about 7 months, whatever that is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months later, it gave it up and came down to the 50. And then, not too long after that, it gave it up. Whew, my goodness. So that is a little ominous. A little ominous. But we would need to see this do something big. So on the monthly chart, looks like there's a ways to go. Oats could stay strong for quite a while. Weekly. Now this, I've been talking about this for weeks. I'm just have razor thin focus, just eyeballing this thing, man. Look at this thing. Just look at those divergence warnings. MACD now saying, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to burn. If this thing turns over, guys, and widens out, watch out. Bombs away. bombs away. If it just, that's all going to come down today. See, the weekly chart, guys, to me looks like the chart that says oats is going to give it up. It's going to break to the downside. Waiting on that. We're going to see what happens. I'm watching this puppy very close, man. If this thing, there's work to be done for this to recover, but it could. But everything is screaming sell off in oats. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll look at the hourly real quick here. Not that it really is kind of thinly traded product. Talked about oats many times before. If you trade it, please use proper risk management because it will give you some serious price swings. All right, guys, I think that's everything for the premium members products, futures products. Okay, guys and gals, hope you enjoyed it. Guys, man, gold continues to look very tradable. That product looks so tradable to me. There are so many great products to trade. Just go back, look at the videos, pick out the ones that look really good, pause. Okay, for the ones that I put the hourly cycles on, you want to pay attention to those. There's opportunity there. Okay, talk to you all real soon again next time.